It is 6:49. This is your morning in 8 minutes. Right now, police in Morristown are looking for a person of interest after a hit-and-run crash killed an 18-month-old child. Take a look at your screen. Investigators want to speak to Walter No Mendez. Police say a white Scion TC backed into this house on Louise Street around 10 o'clock Saturday night. A child was sleeping inside the home at the time and died when the car hit the house. Police say the driver left the scene. They found alcohol inside the car. If you see Mendez or know anything at all, please call police. And one person is recovering this morning after being shot at a gas station, and a suspect's in custody.
This happened at the Shell on Western Avenue Saturday night. Police say only Racinos shot a man in the leg and took off. He led officers on a chase but eventually crashed on Boyd Street. Racinos is facing aggravated assault, weapons charges, and evading arrest. And continuing coverage this morning, we do have some sad news to report. A missing Gatlinburg woman at the center of a statewide silver alert is dead.
The TBI says they found the body of Claudine Whaley on Saturday. She went missing on August 8th after she told her family she was leaving to get lunch. She never came home. A few days later, investigators found her car in the Hartford area of Cocke County, prompting a multi-agency search. She was 76 years old.
And a body found in Oak Ridge is sparking a possible homicide investigation with the TBI. Oak Ridge police officers responded to a home in the 300 block of Benedict Avenue. Officers found 62-year-old Frederick Orlando Black's body inside the home. We are still waiting to learn the cause of death. 2 people are recovering from a crash on Norris Freeway in Halls. This happened Saturday. Rural Metro says a motorcycle and a car were involved. The driver of the motorcycle went to a trauma center with non-life-threatening injuries. The driver of the car went with family to the emergency room. And right now, there are more problems for the Knoxville Greyhound station.
The owner of an East Knoxville gas station is ending his deal with the bus company, allowing the spot to be used as a stop. The owner says after October 6th, buses will no longer stop at a Marathon on North Cherry Street. The gas station manager says there are safety concerns after people booked long layovers and had nowhere to stay. The owner says Greyhound was only paying him $500 a month to use the facility, and he says it's just not worth it. Greyhound shut down its facility in downtown in the spring. In a statement, Greyhound says it's working to find a more permanent solution. And this morning, Covenant Health is agreeing to pay $500,000 after a lawsuit claims it failed to provide a deaf man effective communication during his treatment. Scott Tomei says hospital staff denied him an interpreter and provided him with a malfunctioning interpreting device that resulted in his leg being amputated. This happened in 2017. The lawsuit filed under the Americans with Disabilities Act sparked an internal investigation by the U.S. Attorney's Office. In new details this morning, former President Donald Trump's legal team is looking into possibly asking for an independent official to review the evidence collected during the search of his estate in Florida.
The Justice Department is now facing a deadline on Thursday to prepare a redacted version that led to the search. Trump has called for the Department of Justice to release the affidavit redacted, but the department says releasing the entire document could hurt the investigation.
Ford Motor Company says it plans to appeal a $1.7 billion verdict returned against it by a jury outside Atlanta last week. The suit centers on a pickup rollover accident in 2014 that killed a couple in their 2002 Ford F-250. Their children sued, insisting the vehicle has a weak roof. In a statement, Ford says it doesn't believe the verdict is supported by evidence. And Wendy's says it is pulling lettuce from sandwiches in restaurants in Michigan, Ohio, and Pennsylvania after people eating them reported being sick. So far, no reports of anyone getting sick here in Tennessee. The CDC says it's working to determine whether romaine lettuce is the source of an E. coli outbreak that sickened at least 37 people and sent 10 to the hospital. The company says it's cooperating with the CDC.
Well, a new specialty center for veterans is now open in Knoxville. It allows the VA to expand services to include pulmonary care, physical therapy, and orthopedics. The clinic is on downtown West Boulevard in West Knoxville. And happening today, Knox County commissioners will vote on a new plan officials say will help finance the new stadium in downtown Knoxville. It calls for expanding a TIF district around the stadium that will allow for more federal money to help pay for local costs. Tonight's meeting starts at 5 o'clock at the City County building.
WVLT proud to be your official station of the Vols just 2 weeks after transferring to Rocky Top from West Virginia. Running back Lynn J. Dixon is no longer with the team. Our partners at VolQuest.com are reporting Dixon practiced with the team a handful of times before hurting his ankle. Dixon's departure now leaves the Vols with just 4 scholarship running backs on the roster. And Knoxville.
The Little League World Series continues today. Tennessee is represented by a team from Nolensville, just south of Nashville. They're still in it. This afternoon, they're taking a team out of Indiana in the 3rd round of the tournament. First pitch is set for 3 o'clock. You can watch it on ESPN.
6:54. We do want to check in with Whitney Turner. She's got our first alert traffic.
You could run into some varying views along your Monday morning commute. This is a live look at I-40 just in Roane County. You can see a little foggy here, but it's looking much better on I-40 right around Gallagher View. Just be prepared for that. Get those low beams on. And if you're running into some rain this morning, make sure your headlights on if your windshield wipers are on as well. That traffic is moving without an issue. Do want to give you a heads up in Sevier County, though. That routine maintenance picking back up on the spur in just a few minutes. Going to go until 4 o'clock today.
Your first alert forecast with Chief Meteorologist Heather Haley.
6:55 now, again tracking the scattered rain. Bands of fog are developing as really we have a few showers still developing this morning. We've had a few overnight. Temperature wise, it's more similar, upper 60s to low 70s, 71 Knoxville, 68 Harlan, 67 in Crossville. But zoomed in on this rain so I can give you an idea where it's headed. It's starting to dip a little bit more south and east because we're trying to get those winds to turn a bit. This will ultimately result in clearing as the day goes on. But right now that means this rain in North Campbell County is dropping more towards Union, dropping into Claiborne County, towards Granger County. We'll keep tracking that for you over on the CW. Right now it's aimed at Victory about 7:04, Welch Cross Road about 7:30. That means this rain here that's just north of Tazewell, really between Harrogate and Tazewell, will keep cutting down into Granger County. Water those tomatoes for us here. New Tazewell 7:04, closer to Tate Springs 7:45, and Bean Station just before 8 o'clock. Big picture, what we have in addition to the showers we've had overnight is really a few more to keep popping up, especially here north and east, dropping south as the day goes on. Most of it's light to moderate, but we do have an isolated 1/4 of an inch to a 1/2 an inch still left today as it becomes scattered to spotty and then becomes less humid. So hopefully that puts a smile on your face because really we clear the clouds, the rain chances, then the humidity as we go into your Tuesday. So a quick look at your Monday planner. I know it looks kind of gloomy now. We're hanging out around that 70-degree mark, but as we go through the day, we'll become more partly cloudy as the rain becomes more spotty and temperatures more mild.